looking after their kids where they have to. So trying to make sure that we're doing our bit in this situation. We're at Elephant Gin. We're just a tiny piece in the whole system, and we just don't actually know where things are going to go. But at the moment, it's a pretty tough situation, especially for you guys who have restaurants or bars and are being forced to close. We're really, really sorry. In some places where the bars are still open, but the government says do not go to the bars, I think that's even worse. So I'm sorry to hear that, but we are all in this together. Let's share some stories how we're getting through this, what you guys are doing. And we'll try to do our bit to support you where we can. At the end of the day, I kind of see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and then get through this and get through this crisis and move on. Before, I know you probably guys are eager to hear the answers to some of the questions. Before we do that, I have a bit of DIY that I want to share with you, and that is how to make your own hand sanitizer at home. First, you need a bottle of Elephant Gin. You take this one. It's still sealed, as you can see. Oh, there you go. 57 ABV or 114 proof. You need a drill. That's this one. Ideally one with a point, so like it's a wood drill. I have a 7mm one. Then you need a little pump. I stole this from Tessa, from one of her cream things. So you need one of those. If you want to be a bit more fancy, you can also buy one of these. It's an empty bottle. I actually don't know. I found that in the office. Don't know where we got it from, but that's how it looks. Works as well. And then you need one of these. It's a drill. So what do? Put it in, fix it. Then as the next one, you open the bottle. Nope, there you go. And in case you didn't know this is actually PLA. This is starch-based plastic. So we stopped using oil-based plastic in our company. Now we open it. That sounds delicious. And please don't do me a favor. Do not drill while you're holding it in your hand. That's dangerous, and I don't want to encourage any injuries now. Instead, we're going to try and help ourselves so we don't have to hold it. And bear with me. This is going to be a little bit of a wiggle here. But I'm basically going to use my desk here, and I'm going to fix the cork in an angle like this. Can you see that? Oh, there you go. So I'm using my knee to hold it, and now I'm using the drill, put it in the middle, and I'm start drilling. Yeah. All right, takes a few seconds. Got it. Let me just put my phone back over here. All right. So I'm not sure you can see this, but got a nice little hole in there. The only thing we have to do now, let me just get rid of this in the way. We put the little pump thing through the cork. You can push it in a little bit. And I'm sorry it's not pretty, but it's functional. And then all you have to do, put on the bottle of strength. And you can already start dispensing. So this way, you kill off any bacteria. Basically, stay safe. Wash your hands. You should still do that. It's very good. You can, with a bottle like this, you have probably 200-300 hand sanitizations. And then if you kind of say, well, I have clean hands now, you can actually use the bottle and make yourself a little drink. So I got a glass here, got an ice cube here that I prepared. So this is not the perfect way to make a martini, and I'm really sorry, but we are sort of, in a DIY mode here. So put a little bit of gin, good measure. Take some vermouth that we have, not too much, just a little bit. Give it a swirl, and cheerio. Delicious. Anyway, so I'm putting this on the side. My hand sanitizer ready in case I'm going to go out and come back. And let's get to the questions. You guys sent some questions. I want to apologize to those who I will not cover. There were quite a few, so I'm trying to pick a few at random just to cover a few different topics. First one is an easy one. It's what is the ideal tonic for an elephant gin? And I assume you mean London Dry Gin, because we have 3 different products. But for the London Dry Gin, what I always say is it depends a little bit on your mood. If you want something drier, then use a Schweppes Dry. That's the one with the silver label. If you want a bit more fruitiness, a bit more vividness, maybe use an Indian Fever Tree tonic. And then if you want a bit more botanical, bit richer flavor, then use a Fentimans, the Indian tonic there. All of those, slice of apple is how we recommend it because it's the second largest ingredient in our elephant gin. And yeah, that's that. Second question is, when are you bringing elephant gin over to the US? We are actually already in the US. However, we're only in 3 states. We're in New York, Florida, and California. So if you're in these states and you can't find the product, just drop us a line, send me a message, and I will get back to you and actually share where you can find it. When are we seeing new products? That's another question we had. We will release our new product in September. Probably presented to most of you at the BCB, which is the Berlin Bar Convent, which I hope will, happen as planned, and everything by that time will be over. So that's something we try to do it every time for BCB. That's sort of our annual release date. And for most of you in the stores, it will be available beginning of next year or in our online store in the UK and Germany. Then there was a question, when would you be looking to resume with events? First of all, the reason we stopped all the events is because we try to make sure that you are safe. Especially our colleague in Milan, Kate, she is safe. She is in lockdown, as you might have seen on the news, but she's safe. She's at home, so that's good. So, that's our first priority. So that's why we stopped the events, to make sure that you guys are safe, and that we don't, create another reason to spread unnecessary germs or disease. So we will resume as soon as we can. We're obviously working already and trying to plan things and try to see when we can schedule or reschedule some of the things. And as soon as we have the dates, they will be on our Facebook events webpage. So just log in there and have a look. If you feel like something was missed out and you want to find out, just again drop us a line and we'll get back to you. Another question is, would you consider making another spirit that's not gin? First of all, we at Elephant Gin, we'd like to make gin because that's by the inspiration and nature of it. We always try to push the boundaries every year. So again, this year we will try to push the boundaries and try to make something exciting, but it will still be in the category of gin. So for all of those who wish and hope we make a vodka, we will not make a vodka, I'm sorry. Another question is, what is your favorite cocktail and why? I personally like rich, intense, well-balanced cocktails. So one of the cocktails I used to like a lot was the Martinez, and I still like it. But I now try to always taste something new, explore new flavors, new directions. At the moment, because it's kind of tough times, I like to have something that lightens up the mood. Gin sour for me is that, without egg white. It brings a bit of citrus life into it. So that's kind of cool. Then the next question is, why did you choose to make gin and not another spirit? The reason we chose to make gin was that Tessa and myself, we had always sundowners while we were out in Kenya or in South Africa. So for us, the sundowner experience is a basic DNA of our business. And so the product we wanted to make, that to capture that spirit that we had there, was, something related to it. And that's a gin tonic. And that's, for us, was pretty clear to make a gin. The other reason to make a gin is that we wanted to use African botanicals, the ones that we learned about through our travels, and to want to share with you like a baobab. That's the gigantic tree with these fruits that fall down, and if you break them open and eat the pulp, it's 3 times the vitamin C of an orange. So that's kind of cool, and we wanted to share that with you. We wouldn't be able to do that if we would use something else, that wouldn't be gin. The last question I want to get to is a pretty tough one. Is what's your most exciting moment at Elephant Gin, and how about the worst? To be honest, the worst is happening right now. We've never faced with a challenge like this. We had lots of obstacle and things we had to get through, but at the moment, having to send a team home, not knowing if we can actually go back to the distillery in the next few days, and all our customers being forced to shut down, or told by the government that their customers should stay at home, that's kind of brutal. So I really hope that this moment will last only a short while. And I'll try to think about the most exciting moments at Elephant Gin, which has been when we have visited the foundations, whether it be in Kenya or in South Africa, and seen what they have achieved, and see the people actually making the difference on the ground. So that's something that even in these tough times now gets me through and says, hey, we're going to get through this, and we're going to make sure we continue to support them. So that's it for the moment. First of all, stay safe. If you do a little bit of DIY, use our hand sanitizer after you, come home, to make sure you don't spread the germs. Other than that, enjoy a drink. And we'll have some offers online, so hope to support you with this. Enjoy. All right, take care.